is Special Family Day. Hi, my name is Anna, and today is a very special day. I love learning English, and I discovered that stories make it easier and more fun. That's why, in this story, you will learn important English words about family while enjoying a heartwarming moment with me. Before we start, make sure to turn on the subtitles and repeat the keywords with me. This will help improve your pronunciation and make it easier to remember new words. Now, let's begin our story. Today, my big family is gathering for a special reunion. It's a sunny morning, and I wake up feeling excited. There's something wonderful about having everyone together in one place. My mother is in the kitchen preparing breakfast. My father is sitting at the table, reading the newspaper. My brother and sister are still sleeping, but I know they'll wake up soon. I take a deep breath and smile. Family time is always special, and today I want to make the most of it. But first, I need to help my mom. Good morning, Mom. Can I help you? I asked. She smiles and says, Please, Anna. After I helped my mom in the kitchen, I went outside. The morning was beautiful and bright. A soft breeze blew, and the sky was clear and blue over our home. Our house is in the quiet countryside and is decorated with colorful balloons and handmade banners for our family reunion. As I walked through the garden, I smelled fresh flowers and heard birds singing. I felt happy and excited for the day ahead and for the chance to learn new English words about my family. In the front yard, I saw many green trees and a neat lawn. My father was talking with our neighbor, Mr. Johnson, at a small table. Mr. Johnson always told funny stories that made everyone smile. I waved to him as I walked toward the house. On the path, I met my sister and brother. They were dressed and laughing while they talked about the reunion. Their cheerful voices made the day feel lively and warm. When I entered the large living room, I saw many smiling faces. My extended family was gathered there. My grandmother and grandfather sat on a comfortable sofa and shared old stories. Nearby, my uncle and aunt were hanging family photos on the wall. Each picture brought back happy memories and started friendly conversations. In another room, my cousins played games and laughed together. Their sounds mixed with soft music, and the room felt full of joy. In the middle of this happy day, I found a fun challenge. We played a simple game to learn the English names of our family members. We practiced words like mother, father, sister, brother, grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt, and cousin. We said these words many times. By repeating them, I began to remember which word matched each family member. This easy game helped me learn English better and made me feel even closer to my family. I felt that every part of the day was a new lesson. I listened carefully to how everyone spoke and repeated the simple words with care. My father often said, Practice makes perfect, and I believed him. I started to use these words in my own sentences, and they began to feel natural and familiar. In our warm home, every word we repeated built a bridge between my new English skills and my love for my family. The sunny day, the kind smiles, and the fun conversations all made learning a joyful part of our reunion. The house was now full of life, Everywhere I looked, I saw smiling faces and heard laughter. My big family was finally together, and I couldn't be happier. In the kitchen, my mother was cooking pancakes, eggs, and fresh juice. The delicious smell filled the house. My father was setting the table, carefully placing plates, cups, and napkins. "Breakfast is ready!" my mom called. My sister and brother ran to the table. "I'm starving," my brother said. "Me too." My sister laughed as she grabbed a pancake. We all sat down to eat. My grandmother and grandfather sat next to me. My grandmother smiled. "This reminds me of when we were young." "Yes," my grandfather said. "Family breakfasts are always special." After breakfast, it was time for fun. My uncle and aunt had planned a game. "Let's play hide and seek," my uncle said. "Yay!" my cousins cheered. We all ran outside to find hiding spots. I hid behind a big tree. "Ready or not, here I come," my cousin called. I tried to stay very quiet, but suddenly I sneezed. "Achoo! I found you, Anna," my cousin laughed. We played for a long time, running and hiding. When we got tired, we sat in the garden. My uncle brought a big photo album. "Let's look at old family pictures," he said. We gathered around as he opened the album. The first picture showed my mother and father when they were young. "Wow, Dad, you had long hair." I laughed. "Yes," my dad said, "and I played in a band." My aunt pointed to another picture. "Look, this was our family trip to the beach." "I remember," my grandmother said. "We all played in the sand and swam in the ocean." Each photo brought back happy memories. We laughed at funny pictures and listened to stories from the past. The day was perfect, full of games, stories, and time together, and it wasn't over yet. We still had a big family dinner to prepare. After a long afternoon of playing games and looking at old photos, it was time to prepare for dinner. The kitchen became the busiest place in the house. Everyone had something to do. My mother and aunt were in charge of cooking. They stood by the stove, stirring pots and checking the oven. "Anna, can you help chop the vegetables?" my mom asked. "Of course," I said, grabbing a knife. My sister helped too. We cut carrots, onions, and bell peppers, while my father and uncle prepared the grill outside. The smell of roasted chicken and grilled vegetables filled the air. My grandmother and grandfather sat at the table, watching everything with warm smiles. "I love seeing the family together like this," my grandmother said. Meanwhile, my brother and cousins were setting the table in the backyard. They placed plates, cups, and silverware carefully. "Let's add some candles," my cousin suggested. "It will look beautiful when the sun goes down." As the food cooked, we took a short break. My uncle brought out his guitar. "Let's sing while we wait," he said. We all gathered around as he played an old song that everyone knew. My dad clapped along, and soon the whole family was singing together. Finally, the food was ready. We brought the dishes outside and placed them on a long wooden table. Everything looked delicious. Grilled chicken, roasted potato, fresh salad, and homemade bread. My mom also made a special dessert, a chocolate cake which made my brother very excited. "Time to eat," my grandmother announced. Everyone took their seats, and my grandfather stood up. "Before we start, I just want to say how happy I am to have all of you here. Family is the most important thing in the world, and moments like this are special." We all nodded in agreement, and then we began to eat. The food was delicious, but the best part was being together. We shared stories, laughed, and enjoyed every bite. As the sun set and the sky turned orange and pink, I looked around and felt grateful. A big family meant a noisy house, lots of work, and sometimes a little chaos. But it also meant love, warmth, and unforgettable moments. And the night wasn't over yet. After dinner, the sky was dark, but the backyard was full of light. The candles on the table flickered, and small lanterns hung from the trees. The air was warm, and laughter filled the night. My uncle stood up and clapped his hands. "It's time for a special surprise," he announced. "What is it?" my brother asked, his eyes wide with excitement. "You'll see," my aunt said with a smile. She walked to the house and returned with a big wooden box. My cousins helped her place it in the middle of the backyard. "Open it, Anna," my grandmother said gently. I stepped forward and lifted the lid. Inside the box, there were dozens of little paper envelopes, each with a name written on it. "These are letters," my grandfather explained. "Many years ago, we all wrote letters to our future selves, and today we are going to read them." Everyone gasped. "I don't even remember what I wrote," my father said, laughing. We each took our envelope and sat down. Carefully, I opened mine. The letter was in my own handwriting, written when I was much younger. "Dear Anna," I read out loud, "I hope you are happy and still love playing outside. I hope you are kind and brave, and I hope you always remember how important family is." I felt a lump in my throat. Wow, I was just a little girl when I wrote this. My mother wiped a small tear from her eye. That was beautiful. One by one, my family members read their letters. Some were funny, some were emotional, and some were full of dreams from the past. My sister laughed at her letter, which said she wanted to be a famous singer. My uncle read his, which talked about traveling the world. But then he smiled and said, "Instead, I stayed here and built a home with my family, and I wouldn't change a thing." As we finished reading, my grandfather looked around. "Tonight we create new memories, and one day we will look back and remember this moment." My aunt handed out new pieces of paper. "Let's write letters again, but this time we'll open them in 10 years. So we sat together, writing new letters for our future selves. The night was quiet except for the sound of pens on paper and the occasional laughter when someone shared a funny thought. When we finished, we placed the letters back in the wooden box, knowing that one day we would sit together again and read them, just like we did tonight. After we placed our letters back in the wooden box, my uncle closed the lid and smiled. "Now we wait for the future," he said. The night wasn't over yet. My father stood up and stretched. "How about one last activity before bed?" he suggested. What is it? My brother asked. A family campfire, my grandmother said, clapping her hands. My cousins cheered. My uncle and father quickly gathered firewood, and soon a small fire crackled in the center of the backyard. The warm glow lit up our faces as we sat in a big circle around it. My aunt passed around marshmallows, chocolate, and crackers. Let's make s'mores, she said. I carefully placed a marshmallow on a stick and held it over the fire. Not too close, or it will burn, my grandmother warned. Oops, my brother laughed as his marshmallow caught fire. He quickly blew it out and shrugged. I like it extra crispy. As we enjoyed our sweet treats, my grandfather cleared his throat. Every great campfire needs a story, he said. Let me tell you one from when I was a boy. We all leaned in, listening carefully. My grandfather told us about a time when he and his brothers got lost in the forest during a camping trip. They had to use the stars to find their way back. And that, he finished, is how I learned never to go into the woods without a map. That was amazing, my sister said. Who wants to tell another story? My father asked. One by one, we shared stories. Some real, some made up, and some just silly. We laughed, we gasped, and we enjoyed the warmth of the fire and each other's company. After a while, my mother yawned. It's getting late, she said. I think it's time for bed. Do we have to? My brother pouted. Yes, my aunt said with a smile. Tomorrow is another day full of family fun. We slowly stood up, stretching after sitting for so long. My father poured water over the fire, and the last sparks disappeared into the night. As we walked back into the house, I looked around at my big, noisy, wonderful family. This was a night I would never forget. And as I lay in bed, listening to the soft sounds of my family settling down, I felt happy. Being part of a big family meant always having someone to talk to, always having someone to laugh with, and always having someone to love. I closed my eyes and smiled. I couldn't wait for tomorrow.